SEN Spirit Jared with you right across the southwest. And in the studio now, we've got the team from Red Ink and SW1 Homes. We've got Trevor and Shannon. How are you, team?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Sharon.
Good, thank you.
Great to have you in the studio. And let's talk Red Ink and SW1 first of all. I know we've touched on this, but I love touching on it because it's a great new space. The new Red Ink showroom. How's it coming along? Lots of people coming through the door?
There is, yeah. It's a lot of activity in the market at the moment. People desperate to find homes, and we're helping a lot of people find their new dream or investment.
And we can't forget SW1. That's been there for a little while now, but just around the corner in the Homemaker Centre here in Bunbury. And Shannon, that's a great little spot there if you're looking for the SW1 brand as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Next to Rebel Sport there at the front of the Homemaker Centre. It's a really fun, funky vibe in that showroom. So, yeah, would love to see people if they want to come say g'day.
Fantastic. Let's talk about building because that's what we're here for. Obviously, you've had your clients or people with other builders that have built in the past, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Lots changed in that time. What can you tell me about why it would be worth having a look now into maybe reinvesting into another house or to move into or even to rent out?
Yeah, definitely. Well, the good news is we had a recent interest rate cut, another one for the year, and predictions of more to come. The big banks are handing that on almost immediately as well. So that stimulates, I guess, more interest into the market and a bit more confidence around what they can afford as well. What we're finding with their current clients that have their home already, they may have looked to refinance or look at other options. And part of that is doing an evaluation on their current property. And what we're seeing when clients finish their home, receive keys at the end of their build, quite often upwards of about 100 to 150 grand's worth of equity in their home as well. So really good I guess, stimulated market as well because of the demand for new homes. You talk to a real estate agent, there's a lot more, I guess, demand for something that's, brand new and finished, especially for those that are looking at rentals as well. So, lots of activity. It's good.
And you mentioned it a bit in there, or kind of skirted around the edges of it. You can go speak to a real estate agent. Lots of people looking for houses at the moment. It is still cheaper to build, though.
It is, yeah. Shan, you want to?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely still cheaper to build. And as Trev said, often by the time you've actually got into the home, whether the build takes 9 or 12 months or in some cases longer, you've already got equity in that home. The other thing is, I guess, when you build, you don't pay the same sort of loan that you do when you buy. So you pay it off in stages, which equals some savings there as well. But yeah, even looking at, I guess, the data from 2020 to now, if you've built in the Southwest in the last 5 years, chances are you're sitting on a fair bit of equity in your home, so it is worth, as Trev said, getting an evaluation, seeing what it's worth.
And even if you haven't built it, I guess worth going and seeing what the equity in your current home is if you bought. I know that I'm in a situation where we were lucky to buy at the right time and have a bit of equity in our house. So one day you'll convince me to build a house. You've already convinced my partner because you make it. And the reason why the process, it's not an easy process, but the actual end user doesn't really have to deal with a lot of the background, the paperwork, dealing with what the loans work and how they work. You do that and present the picture to them.
Yeah, it's a complicated process that we take and apply, I guess, an ease for our clients. So they don't necessarily need to worry about all the building jargon and the detail that goes into getting approvals to build a home. But yeah, it's an enjoyable experience. And over the last couple of months, we've helped multiple clients that have either received keys for their home recently. One client had their slab go down and looking at the next stage as well, which is 9 months away as well. So their home's going to be finished and that they could potentially put on the market or move into that, live there whilst the next one's being built, and it just allows them to get into that next better location, a bit closer to the beach. These guys were in Dalyellup, so
I was going to say there's sort of two types of people. There's some that have done the build once and they've got their home and they're in the market and that's great, but now that they've either had a bigger family or there's a few certain pain points in the existing build that then they're like, oh, if I was to do this again, this is what I would change. And as Trev said, we can get them in a better location or a bigger home. But then there's also the investors, and we've got build time guarantees, which is awesome. So if you are looking at a second home for an investment, the build time guarantees just, I guess, give you some certainty and confidence that you know by a certain date you'll be getting a rental return because the build will be complete.
Yeah, that's a big one, isn't it? Because, budgeting and future planning is a big part of what we do in life, and probably I should do it a little bit more, to be honest. But when it comes to money, we want to make sure we've got it there. And with those build time guarantees, as you said, knowing that in 12 months' time you've definitely got a rental income coming your way, that is a huge win.
Yeah. And regional, regional areas such as Bunbury, Dunsborough, Busselton, Margaret River as well, outperforming Perth and the metro region as well. So there's a lot of, I guess, inquiry coming through because it's also a little bit more affordable in the regional areas, but you're still close. We're here in Bunbury an hour and a half away to get to the footy and watch a game of the Eagles or
You wouldn't be watching that, probably watching the Dockers, I reckon.
Yeah. Be watching Hawthorn when they come.
And you touched around the edges of it there of people getting to the house and having that value already once it's sitting there. Yeah. What sort of values are you seeing at the moment adding on to builds as soon as they, once they've got equity already once they've built?
Yeah, so look, it actually doesn't really matter where you build. If you were to build in, say, Kingston, Treendale, Bunbury, Busselton, Dunsborough for that matter, probably Dunsborough's that little bit higher because there's a higher demand for, the holiday homes and rentals, Airbnbs. But what we're seeing is they're all quite equal in terms of the equity that they're seeing. And so, there's upwards over about $100,000 once the home's completed.
Yeah,
so
wow.
It's exciting and rewarding as well when the clients are achieving, I guess, that confidence, receiving keys and knowing that value's there within their home.
Yeah, it's definitely worth going. I think, as we said, the process is the tough part, but you make it easy by helping out, and you can chat to the team. And Shan, where can we find you, or how do we get in contact? What's the best way to do that?
Yeah, we'd love to see you. So you can come into either of our showrooms in the Homemaker Centre. Reading Sou'west is just behind Bunnings, and then, as I said, SW1 at the front in between Rebel Sport and JB Hi-Fi. We also have a Reading shop front in Busselton on the corner of Kent and Queen Street. Or you can just Google us and see us on our website if you don't want to talk to someone.
Fantastic. Lots to think about when building a house. The process is, we all want things to be easy in life and we want money at the end of it, right? So, and that's what can potentially happen with the equity, and there's a lot more to talk about in this space. We've kind of just scratch the surface, I guess, for want of a better word. But you can come in and have a chat to the team at Reading Homes or SW1 Homes. As Shannon said, just Google Reading or SW1. All the details will come up. Team, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks again,
Jared.
mate. Cheers.